Hi all, in this tutorial I will show you how to create a SQL database in Microsoft Azure Portal. So let's start. To do that, first you have to log in into your Microsoft Azure Portal using the URL portal.azure.com. Then you have to put your email and password, then you will have to log in. Then our task is to create SQL database. So we can choose SQL database from here or from this search bar. In search bar we can write SQL database. Okay, SQL database. Then you have to choose it. Then you have to click on create. So make sure you have Azure Pass or sponsorship. If you don't have any resource group already created, you can create from this create new button, or if there is a resource group already created, you can choose this one. Now we have to give a name to our database, just like for learning purpose we can use db1. Now we have to create a server. If there were any server created previously, we can use it. So right now there is no server created, so we are going to create a new one. Then we have to put a name into our server. For the time being we can use SQL Server. Though the name is already created, server x1 we can use. This one also created. Okay. So x2, this will be our server name. We have to set our login username, so we can use SQL user, and we have to set our own password. And we have to confirm it. We have to choose the location, and then we have to click OK. So our server is created. Then we have to move forward. After creating the server, then we have to go to the networking tab. We have to make it public endpoint. Then we have to allow Azure server and resources access the server. We can make it yes, and other current IP address no. Then we have to move to security tab. So right now, as I mentioned to you, not now, we don't need, because if we use enable Azure Defender for SQL, it will cost money. Though we are learning for the time being, we don't have to put any, we have to choose not now one. Now next step is additional setting. So in additional setting, use existing data, we can choose sample. Okay, so that a collection will be created. Then what we will have to do, then next tag. We can create tag if it's needed. Otherwise, you can skip it. Tag actually helps to figure out the things when we search on it. So then we are going to review. So I guess everything is going good. Now we are going to click on create button. It's validating, and right now it's going to deploying our command. It is deployment is in progress. We have to use a couple of minutes to deploy. It actually takes time. Actually, deployment is in progress, as you have seen. So our resource is created. Right now what we will go to the resource section to test our database. Okay, so this is our home. So the database is created. Right now what we will do, we will go to the database we have already created. As you have seen that our this is the database. Then in the we will go to the SQL database. Okay. This is our resource base. This is our database. actually it is enabled. So this is our database 1. So we have to click here. Now we are going to connect our database server. Query editor. So we are going to click on query editor. Now we have to put our SQL username and password. So we have to click on then actually you will see some error message here because our IP address is not added. So how could we solve this problem? We have to go to the overview tab and then we have to click on set server firewall located. Then have to click add IP address. Then have to put save. After saving it, you will see a success message. Then we have to move back to our SQL database again. We have to choose our SQL database. Then we have to go to query editor again. Then have to put my password. Then I'm clicking OK. So as you see, our SQL database are connected with the SQL server. Now we can test our query actually working or not. So in this query section we can paste a code, just like we want to choose select top 20 PC names as category from a file and product name. So we can use this formula or the line of command to run our query. So our query code is running, and as you have seen, as per our query code we have found the category name and product name. So a query succeed message is appearing. That means we are successful in creating our SQL database and connected it to our SQL server. So thank you for watching.